In Atlantic City, beautiful bay behind us at Connor Matthews Airbnb. 1, thank you for the hospitality. 2, happy fight week, man. How's the energy? How you feeling?
Fight week is great, man. First UFC debut. Got the whole squad down here. Got the whole team. My mom, all my friends from Mom's Basement, which is my gym, my home gym. And, man, I'm ready to go. I'm super excited to get in there.
And then we're not in New England, but we're close enough, I guess. Like, how many people you guys got coming down here?
I got a lot of people. I honestly don't know how many. I know we got probably over 20, 25 people coming down here. I know I got like 10, 15 just in this house right now. So, yeah, I got a ton of people. We're fighting Dennis, and he's from New York. I'm from Boston, so we kind of get that little bit of that rivalry going on. So it's pretty cool to come into enemy territory and get the job done.
And then, like, UFC debut, man. Big deal, something you've been working for a long time. We talked before your Contender Series fight, so I know how much this meant to you, but now it's here. Like, how does that feel, dude?
Feels amazing, man. Like all this hard work that I've been putting in, the last 5 years when I went professional. My goal was to make it to the UFC, and a dream came true. And it's just it took me 5 years to get here. It's a lot of grind and a lot of hard work. So it's just finally, and I'm getting to fight in an arena. You know what I mean? I fought in the Apex a couple times for both my Contender Series fights. So actually fighting in a real arena where like there's been a lot of historical big boxing fights and a lot of cool stuff has happened in that arena. So it's just really cool being in Atlantic City. I mean, that's like, the Vegas of the East, and I'm going to go out there and fight in it. It's awesome.
The Vegas of the East, I like that. And then you're sharing the card with teammate Angel Pacheco. So, like, how cool is that? Like, you guys have been working not only to share a card together, but both you are making your debuts on the same night.
Yeah, he fought at the Contender Series, so we were in camp together for the Contender Series like a couple of weeks before me. He had a battle. He got the contract. And then I went out there, got my contract. So now we got back into camp together for the second time for our UFC debut together. It's just really cool. Like our careers are linking up, and Angel's just like such a good dude, such an awesome, hard-working kid. He like leaves his family to come out here and train with the Cartel in New England, and it's just, man, I'm just excited for both of us on that night.
And for the casuals watching, man, fill them in on who you train with. Who is the New England Cartel? Who's going to be with you in the corner?
So Coach Tyson Chartier got Coach of the Year in 2020. He's our head coach. I got Jake Noecker. He's a Muay Thai coach. Hard Knocks Boston is where his gym is. Really good Muay Thai fighters out of there. And then I got Pete Luciani, who's my coach from Mom's Basement. He's a striking coach. So that's my corner. The New England Cartel, we got Rob Font, Calvin Cater, Nick Fiore, Chris Martino, Brendan Marat. We got a lot of UFC fighters up there. We're turning into like kind of like the hub of UFC in the Northeast, I think, or New England at least. So yeah, we got a lot of good fighters in that gym. The gym's been really cranking up this last couple of years, and I feel like we're gonna see a lot of guys coming out of the Northeast pretty soon.
Then you're taking on, like you said, hometown guy, kind of hometown, close enough, Dennis Buzukja. He's actually a friend of mine. I interviewed him yesterday. He had nothing but nice things to say about you. You don't have to say nice things about him. You can say whatever you want. What do you think about Dennis Buzukja?
Yeah, I have nothing against the guy. It's business down here. We're coming in here to do my job. He's doing his job. So, man, he's had 2 tough fights in the UFC against 2 really good guys. Had a really good record going into the UFC. I think he's dangerous. I think he's big, strong. He's going to be a good fighter. I'm going in there expecting to fight a legit UFC fighter. I mean, he's cornered Aljo. You don't just bring him for no reason if he's, what I mean? There's a reason why he's there. And, I'm expecting a good fighter. And, it's a UFC. Everybody's really good. So we're going to go in there, both of us, take care of business. That's all it's all about.
And then, like, this fight might be going under some people's radars just compared to some of the other bigger names on the card. You guys are making your debuts. But to me, this has Fight of the Night written all over it. I think this is a great fight. I'm super excited for it. So how do you think your guys' styles clash? How do you see this fight playing out?
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I could see this being a war. I'm ready to go the distance. I've always trained. I mean, I got the best gas tank in the featherweight division, so I'm always ready to go the distance. So, but, I'm always looking for the finish as well. So an opportunity arises and I see that finish, I'm going to try to take it. So, anything could really happen, but I'm prepared for whatever happens.
And then, like, what's next ideally? And I'm not asking you to look past Dennis too much, but, like, do you have any cards in mind, any date you'd like to return?
Depending how I feel like coming out of this fight, I'm gonna get back right on the horse, man. It's always about health and all that, but I could get a fight by the end of the summer. That'd be awesome. Completely be maybe something in Vegas or whatever. I'm just ready to go.
And then just because we're standing in New Jersey, I have to ask about the lone loss of your career, Francis Marshall.
Yep.
Any interest in ever getting that one back someday? Because I know he's been on the sidelines a bit.
Yeah, he's been on the sidelines. Actually, me and Francis are buddies. We actually done
yeah?
some training since then. So, he trains with a couple of my buddies, Nate Garib, down at American Top Team. So, I could potentially see myself training with him more than, up here in the Northeast, we got to find some more training partners. And he's a workhorse. He's a good dude. We talk all the time. We were chatting before we came down here. So, now I don't really look to get that one back. He was the better fighter on that night. He did a great job, and I'm just looking forward to see what he can do in the division as well.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I see him at Dante Rivera BJJ every now and then when I'm in there. And Connor, obviously, you just mentioned New England Cartel, Calvin Kattar. Yeah. He has a big fight in 2 weeks. He's taking on Aljamain Sterling, also from Serra Longo. Calvin Kattar, also from New England Cartel. You guys have 2 back-to-back fights. So, how do you think Calvin and Aljo plays out?
Yeah, that's interesting. You know what I mean? But, I'm fighting his lesser guy, but, an up-and-comer, and he's fighting their more seasoned fighter. And, Calvin's got great hands. His last fight was a loss because he got injured. But before that, he took down Giga. I mean, he's hard to get in on, man. He's really, really good boxing. And, Aljo coming off getting that knock, getting drops. I don't know, man. I think Calvin's going to go in there and do work. That's my teammate, and I really believe he's been training his ass off. He's really ready for this fight. It's really cool to have him in fight camp at the same time as me. He's kind of emulate the hard work that he's putting in, and we can kind of all work together. So it's been really cool.
And Connor, man, before I get you out of here, a little chilly and rainy. Luckily, we're covered, but and you're weight cutting, so hats off to Connor. Thank you for the time, man. But you have so many fans looking forward to this debut. A lot of people watching this card, and it's going to be a sold-out arena. That being said, anything you'd like to say to everybody in front of your first UFC fight?
You guys be ready for some fireworks. I'm going to go out there and put on a show for you, and I appreciate all the support I've been getting, especially from the U.S. Air Force. They've been posting me and supporting me, and all my friends from New England and Boston. So, yeah, and military in general, I appreciate everybody who's giving me the support, and I'm going to go represent the military going out there on Saturday night.
Saturday night, March 30th, Connor Matthews. Long-awaited UFC debut. Kick some ass, man. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Connor Matthews.